There are moments in life when the path ahead seems utterly impossible. When every expert, every statistic, every voice around you screams that you will fail, that your dream is unreachable, that you simply aren't enough. For David, a young man from humble beginnings, his entire life was a battle against these pronouncements. He wasn't born with extraordinary talent or privileged connections. What he possessed was something far rarer: an iron will, a relentless spirit, and a pure, unadulterated grit that refused to bow down to anyone's expectations, especially when they doubted him. He faced a relentless chorus of naysayers, overwhelming odds, and a profound lack of resources. Every step forward felt like pushing a boulder uphill. He stumbled, he fell, he failed publicly, repeatedly. Yet each setback wasn't a defeat. It was simply another reason to push harder, to work longer, to believe in himself when no one else would. The world saw his struggles, his weaknesses, his pain. But they didn't see the burning fire in his soul, the unyielding conviction that kept him going when everything screamed at him to quit. But what if true greatness isn't about innate ability, but about sheer, unadulterated will? What if the most inspiring victories aren't just about reaching the finish line, but about the relentless, often unseen, journey through every obstacle, proving everyone wrong along the way? This is the extraordinary, raw, and utterly triumphant story of David. It's a testament to the quiet struggles that many face, the profound impact of unwavering self-belief, and the astonishing journey of how one individual, through pure grit, fought against all odds and achieved the impossible. Prepare to be incredibly inspired, because this is a heartfelt chronicle about a spirit that refused to be broken. David grew up in a small, struggling town where opportunities were as scarce as the jobs. His family wasn't wealthy, but they were rich in spirit and love. His father worked long hours at the local factory, and his mother managed their meager household budget with incredible ingenuity. David was a bright kid, curious and imaginative, but he often felt limited by his circumstances. He dreamt of big things, of building, of creating, of making a real impact, but the path to those dreams seemed shrouded in fog. He excelled in school, poring over books, absorbing every piece of knowledge he could. But when it came to choosing a path after high school, the options were grim. University seemed an impossible dream, a financial burden his family couldn't bear. Technical school was a possibility, but even that felt out of reach without significant loans. Most of his friends followed their parents into the local factory, a predictable but uninspiring future. David felt a quiet desperation. He knew he wanted more, but the how was a giant, insurmountable question mark. He tried various manual labor jobs after graduation, working hard, saving every penny. But he felt a deep sense of unfulfillment, a gnawing feeling that he was meant for something more, something that truly challenged his mind. He spent his evenings poring over online courses, learning coding, studying design principles, devouring articles about entrepreneurs who had started with nothing. He felt a fire ignite within him, a passion for technology and innovation, for building something from scratch. He dreamt of creating an app, a piece of software that could genuinely help people, that could bridge gaps, solve problems. He shared his idea with a few friends, and they listened politely, but their eyes held a quiet skepticism. An app, David? From here, you need big money, big connections. It's a pipe dream. Even his own parents, though supportive of his dreams, gently urged him to be realistic, to focus on stable work. Their well-meaning advice felt like a heavy weight, pushing him back towards the very mediocrity he desperately wanted to escape. He was an outsider, trying to break into a world that seemed entirely out of his league, without the resources, the network, or the formal education that everyone else seemed to have. He was an outsider, chasing an insider's dream, Undeterred by the skepticism, David embarked on his solitary journey. He worked his demanding day job, then spent every spare hour, late into the night, through weekends, teaching himself everything he could. He learned coding languages from free online tutorials, piecing together knowledge brick by painstaking brick. He studied user interface design, marketing strategies, business plans. His tiny, cluttered apartment became his university, his only. Classmates the endless lines of code on his screen. He lived on cheap coffee and even cheaper ramen, fueled by an unwavering belief in his vision. He faced countless setbacks. Code wouldn't compile. Design concepts failed. Websites crashed. There were moments of profound frustration when he wanted to throw his laptop across the room, when the sheer complexity of his task felt overwhelming. He saw his friends enjoying nights out, building families, living predictable lives, while he was toiling in solitude, battling lines of code and the whispers of self-doubt. The loneliness was profound. He pitched his app idea to local investors, small business owners in his town. They listened politely, but their eyes held the familiar. Skepticism. It's too ambitious, David, too niche. And you don't have the background, the experience. He was met with polite rejections, time and time again. Each no was a painful reminder of his lack of formal credentials, his humble origins. He was an outsider, trying to break into a world that seemed to value degrees and connections more than raw talent and sheer grit. His parents, seeing his relentless work and repeated rejections, grew concerned. "Son, maybe it's time to cut your losses," his father would say gently. "There's stable work at the factory. It's safe." David would nod, respectful, but his resolve remained unbroken. He couldn't give up. Not now, not ever. The fire in his belly burned too brightly. He knew that the only way to prove them wrong was to keep going, to push through every barrier, to learn from every failure. He was building his dream, one line of code, one sleepless night, one rejection at a time. He knew that the odds were stacked against him, but that only made him more determined. After 3 grueling years of working alone, pouring every ounce of his being into his app, David was at his breaking point. He had run out of savings. His laptop was on its last legs. He had faced so many rejections, so much doubt, that even his iron will was beginning to fray. He was about to give up, to accept his fate, to finally walk away from the dream that had consumed his life. Then, an unexpected email landed in his inbox. It was from a technology blog he occasionally read, a small but influential site known for spotlighting innovative, unknown projects. The subject line read, "Intrigued by your app idea." David stared at the screen, disbelieving. He had sent out hundreds of cold emails, submitted his rudimentary demo to countless tech sites, hoping for a single click, a single look. Most went unanswered. He opened the email, his hands trembling. The email was from Emily Carter, the lead writer for the blog. She had stumbled upon his demo on an obscure online forum. "Mr. Vance," she wrote, "your app, Connectify, is brilliant. It's intuitive, elegant, and solves a real problem. I see the potential. Your pitch, though rough, has a raw honesty that's captivating. I'd like to feature it on our blog, and perhaps connect you with someone who might truly believe in it." David's heart hammered in his chest. A feature? A connection? It was a lifeline from the most unexpected place. He typed out a shaky reply, trying to sound professional despite his overwhelming disbelief and gratitude. Emily Carter, a seasoned journalist with an eye for genuine talent, wasn't just offering a blog post. She recognized the immense potential in David's raw creation, and even more so, in his unyielding spirit. She had a strong network in the tech world. She subtly began to pull strings, connecting David with mentors, with small-time angel investors who were always looking for the next big idea, especially from unconventional sources. She became his quiet advocate, his unseen champion, believing in him when he was about to lose faith in himself. Through Emily's connections, David secured a small seed investment, just enough to upgrade his equipment, hire a single part-time developer, and finally, dedicate himself fully to his app. He met his first investor, an older retired tech entrepreneur named Mr. Jenkins, who saw not just the app's potential, but David's pure grit. "You've got fire, kid," Mr. Jenkins said, his eyes twinkling. "That's worth more than any fancy degree." The journey was still incredibly challenging. He worked long hours, faced new technical hurdles, managed a small team for the first time. But now, he wasn't alone. He had Emily's unwavering support, Mr. Jenkins's quiet guidance, and the growing belief of a small circle of early adopters who saw the brilliance of his app. He was still fighting against immense odds, but now he had allies. He had believers. And that made all the difference. His app, Connectify, a platform designed to connect isolated individuals with local community support, began to gain traction. Its intuitive design and genuine purpose resonated with users. The reviews were overwhelmingly positive. The initial buzz turned into a steady hum, then a growing roar. David, the zero from a small town, was finally starting to make his mark. He was proving that pure grit, fueled by unwavering belief, could indeed conquer all odds. Years later, David Vance was no longer the unnoticed cleaner from a small town. His app, Connectify, had become a household name, a global platform connecting millions with vital community resources, bridging divides, and fostering genuine human connection. He was a celebrated entrepreneur, a leader in the tech world, known not just for his innovative creations, but for his inspiring journey from obscurity to immense success. He never forgot his roots, never forgot the struggle, the skepticism, the countless rejections. It kept him grounded, empathetic, and fiercely committed to his mission of empowering others. He established a foundation, the Grit Fund, providing microgrants and mentorship to aspiring entrepreneurs from underserved communities, giving them the same hand up that Emily and Mr. Jenkins had given him. He spoke openly about his journey, about the relentless fight, about how pure grit, fueled by an unyielding belief, could conquer any obstacle. David's story is a powerful reminder that true greatness isn't about where you start, but about your unwavering determination to keep going, no matter how many times you fall. It shows us that every no can be a redirection, every setback a lesson, and every challenge an opportunity to reveal the immense strength within you. He proved that even when the entire world counts you out, when the odds are stacked against you, an indomitable spirit, fueled by pure grit, can indeed achieve the impossible. His tale is a beacon of hope for anyone facing overwhelming obstacles, for anyone who feels underestimated, for anyone who believes their dreams are too big for their circumstances. It reminds us that resilience is not the absence of struggle, but the courage to push through it, to define your own path, and to leave a legacy not of what you were given, but of what you relentlessly built against all odds. If David's incredible story of Against All Odds, a story of pure grit, touched your heart, if it reignited a spark of determination or reminded you of the profound power of unwavering self-belief, please take a moment to like this video. Your likes help us share these powerful true stories of resilience and triumph with more people who need to hear them. And if you're moved by true tales of the human spirit, extraordinary courage, and life's triumphant comebacks, be sure to subscribe to Heartfelt Chronicles. We bring you inspiring stories every week that remind us that even the impossible can be conquered with pure grit. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss another journey with us. What's an impossible dream you're chasing? or a challenge you faced where you relied on pure grit to overcome it. Share your powerful experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Let's celebrate the indomitable spirit that lives within us all. Thank you for watching. And remember, your grit is your greatest superpower, capable of turning impossible dreams into astounding realities. See you in the next video.